hopefully we're only down one Ruby Crisp. You can see just how this vine, it just died back compared to the one up there that you know, that made it. And honestly, that one up there on the top didn't grow quite as much. I wonder if we might have pushed these too much trying to get them to the end of the line, maybe fertilize them a little bit too late, or it could have just been the plant, who knows. I am disappointed we lost that middle one. We're kind of trying to figure out what to do there. Dean Family Acres. Alright guys, so today we're going to try and get our muscadines fertilized with 10-10-10 because you're supposed to do that on the 1st of the month, and then on the 15th you're supposed to do calcium nitrate. I will say that this year we got a couple days off, so it's usually been a couple days after the 1st and then a couple days after the 15th. So we're going to do that today, and if you're not doing that with your muscadines, I would encourage you to make sure you're fertilizing them. Also make sure that you're watering them well. If you're not doing that, you're probably not getting full production out of your muscadine vines. So hopefully you'll follow along and be able to see exactly how we fertilize our muscadines. Alright guys, I do like to pretend to be Michael Jackson. Just kidding, I don't. I just don't like touching fertilizers if it's not organic. If it's organic, I don't worry about it. And as I mentioned before, we're going with some 10-10-10. Purchase wherever you would like to, in my opinion. If it's just 10-10-10, 13-13, something like that, just get the cheapest you can. I don't know that it really makes a difference of where you're getting it from or whatever, if it's just that. Now, if it's got added other nutrients in it, then that's a whole nother story. Hopefully you can follow along as we get some of this put on and around our muscadine vines. Alright guys, what you want to do is you want to take a handful if it is a first year vine, and if it is a larger vine, then you want to usually take 2 handfuls and just spread that around the base. I do usually try and keep most of the weeds pulled from around at least these 2. There's a debate and go back and forth with multiple people in regards to about mulching muscadines. No problem with it. You do want to be careful in regards to mulching it really thick because they have super shallow roots and they can tend to grow up into that mulch and then get some cold damage. I know with those single-digit nights that we had in December, we lost at least 1 Ruby Crisp and had some damage to another, and basically made it restart all the way from the base. So again, just be careful, and not because we were mulching it, it's just the way the temperature was and we weren't around. So get you a nice handful. And go around the base. We got some good news, y'all. We're worried about that Ruby Crisp and it maybe not coming back. This is doing really, really well. Check this out. Be super careful. I want to try and be super careful in regards to that vine just because of how fragile it definitely is. But looks like it's already up to the top of the blue tube. I think this root system is going to be strong enough and it should go really, really well. So hopefully we're only down 1 Ruby Crisp. You can see just how this vine, It just died back compared to the one up there that you know, that made it. And honestly, that one up there on the top didn't grow quite as much. I wonder if we might have pushed these too much trying to get them to the end of the line, maybe fertilize them a little bit too late, or it could have just been the plant, who knows. I am disappointed we lost that middle one. We're kind of trying to figure out what to do there. Have a surprise coming in regards to other vines, but I don't want to put it on this row because it's not a Ruby Crisp. That ruins at least part of the surprise. But we can kind of see exactly what we've got and where we're going to put those things. So y'all follow along. We'll keep working on getting this fertilizer. All right, guys. So this is our Black Beauty, and it seems to be doing really well. I will say that we've got some bad news on our Pam. I don't think that it's made it. It leafed out and then died back, and according to Ison's warranty information, basically it can't leaf out and it can't be from a weather event. So I do appreciate them offering a warranty, and I do understand that they can't necessarily cover everybody's because that's a big business and they have a lot of different orders from all over the place. But I will say that, you know, Pam definitely leafed out pretty quickly and then just did absolutely nothing. The same thing happened to the Supreme that we had the year before. I know on both of those we weren't watering consistently, but it was also like February and March when we're still having cold weather events. So, I mean, I was watering, but not like, you know, every other day like I usually do once these vines get once things start to warm up. So, just what it is. Again, this is Black Beauty. Feel like we got a little bit of growth on here, and but not a ton. Do need to get out here and get these water lines set up. Alright guys, so this one is Late Fry, and this is the one we planted basically last summer, and didn't ever have the trellis. Kind of had it here, had it staked up at one point. Was really worried that it might have died back, but it looks like it's doing well. Probably need to actually pinch off one of these and let the other one just completely take off, so we've got a single trunk going all the way up. So get it fertilized, and then we'll move on. If y'all hadn't seen the video where we planted this Hall and Supreme, I'll link that right up here. And Hall did really well. Supreme did just like Pam. Leafed out, looked pretty decent for about a month or so, and then just died. We will hopefully put something else back in the spot where the Supreme was. Super excited about Hall. We got some good blooms, that kind of thing. We're gonna fertilize that here. Also have a Darlene on this side and an Ison back on this side. Again, I know we have a lot of questions in regards to planting on a fence, if it's a good idea or not. Rule number one, if you're going to do that, you need to have access to both sides of the fence and know what your limitations are going to be in regards to what you can handle with picking, the aggravation of it, that kind of stuff. You also do not want to interweave it in between the chain links or even around your wire for that matter. I know I've seen people, I know I've been guilty of it, at least on our first vines, wanting to kind of wrap that around the wire. You don't want to do that. You might have seen me doing that earlier. That was just temporary on that Black Beauty, just to kind of get it up off the ground because I didn't have a string to tie it to. So you can grow them on a fence. Just know what you're dealing with. You're going to be able to get both sides, that kind of thing. Optimal is to put you up a trellis. And honestly, when I put these up, I thought I might put just a 4x4 post and a 4x4 post, although that's not necessarily quite enough for most. It can be enough if you also are going to have something else nearby, if something else maybe failed, that kind of thing. So we didn't do that. I kind of really got behind on it, but it's all right. We'll make it work. Worst case scenario, you can always kind of air layer one and move it and it'll set yourself back a couple of years, but you've still got that variety. So let's get the Hall, Darlene, and Ison fertilized, and I'll also let y'all see exactly how that 100-foot vine that we moved is doing. Cowart, try to be. You want me on camera, buddy? Alright guys, so hopefully you were able to see us getting that Hall, Darlene, and Ison fertilized. So let me let you see this 100-foot vine that we've moved. And the tree that we took down, I'll let you see that video here, because we've done several different tree takedowns actually right in this area to be able to prepare for the dog pen. There's probably been 3 or 4 videos specifically on this area in regards to our homestead and farm. But one of these big trees, as you can see right here, is still here, and that hasn't really been a major problem honestly until this year, because of one thing this year that's kind of flared up, and I'm gonna let you kind of see that. For those of you who are allergic, we are getting overrun by poison ivy and oak, and we got to take care of that because I'm highly allergic to that. So anyway, all right, so this is the 100-foot vine, and it comes across here, goes down, and goes down into the woods over there. We have trimmed it back a good bit. You can kind of see here how it's doing. Pretty certain that we are for sure going to see that it's 100% a male this year. That's what we had thought. Next idea is honestly just continue to keep it here so that it is a just ornamental. It's totally fine. It's going to help fertilize, that kind of thing. Second thing is we've kind of talked a little bit about possibly grafting, and if I can find somebody who can share some accurate information, videos, how-tos on grafting muscadines specifically, I'm willing to try it, and I will actually document it for you guys, and we'll see if it works, if it doesn't, what we need to learn, try, etc. I have a couple ideas of things that I've heard mentioned, but I just haven't seen a write-up or any specific details on timing or how or what to do specifically on muscadines. So again, not to try and take it completely to left field, but since this is a fertilizing video, but hopefully you can see just exactly how this big vine's doing. We did end up pruning it right here. This year we had it kind of looped back around, and it wasn't doing. So we pruned it there, and I figured worst case scenario I can train one of these to run that way if need be, if we don't replace it with something there. Just as that ornamental to make sure and get this fence, at least the top of it, covered. Alright guys, so hopefully you've enjoyed the video of us fertilizing our muscadines. Really, again, it's not too difficult. Handful of triple 10 or triple 13 on the 1st of the month, and then a handful of calcium nitrate on the 15th of the month. So it was triple 10 for us this time, and again, we just actually had to buy some more calcium nitrate this week because we knew that by the 15th we would be out, and went ahead and bought a big bag because we could save a good bit of money by doing that. So always looking for ways to kind of be a little bit frugal, etc. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you like, share, and subscribe to Dean Family Acres, and don't forget when you subscribe, ring that bell like Mike Tyson did in the 1980s so you don't miss a single episode. Thanks so much for each and every one of our supporters, and looking forward to seeing y'all next time here at Dean Family Acres. Y'all have a blessed day.